Sivert.
Sivert.
Yeah. That's all right.
That's very good. Okay. So welcome to Switzerland.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you like Switzerland?
I love Switzerland. I have a very nice audience here. They're very, seem to be very much into music, and they really listen when I play. And it's a beautiful and clean country.
Mm-hmm.
Good food.
Good food.
Yeah, beautiful people.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
very much. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, because the younger audience, they don't know much.
Yeah, probably not. I'm a Norwegian singer and songwriter, and I used to be in a band called Madrugada, and I was in that band since I was a teenager up until we broke up in 2008. And since then I've been a solo artist.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make my way in the world, as a musician still.
Okay. How do you create your songs?
Many different ways. Normally I just start humming, when I'm out walking, and an idea comes into my head. It has a lot to do with just being in the right mood. It takes me a lot of time to get in the right mood to create music, and then when I'm in the right mood, I'm just creating music all the time, and then I record it, and then I forget what mood I was in when I wrote the music.
Yeah.
And I spend the next couple of years trying to find that mood again, and it can be very frustrating. But it's just the way I work. I can't really do it any other way.
But you can go back to these emotions you had at this time.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
But I sort of forget that it takes a little time to get back in the zone, in the writing kind of mode. So I kind of forget each time, and then I'm just miserable for a while. But then I remember, I just have to go to work. I have to go to my studio, or just sit down and play my guitar, or go for a walk and think about music, and then it starts coming back. It's not really a mystery. It just has to do with going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've found that out.
It's like a hobby.
Yeah. It's like a job, I think.
Okay. Do you have a muse? Or a person who gives you much inspiredness?
No, not really. No, I don't think so. No, I don't.
Okay.
I'd like to have one though.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would be nice. Then that person would kind of personify your inspiration in a way. You could just turn to that person to.
Yeah, so when you feel
get
empty,
inspired.
when you have not much energy.
I wish I had one.
Okay.
Maybe there's a place you can get a muse. If you don't have one, you could go to a place.
Okay. How many instruments you can play?
I'm I was 1.5. No, 2.5. I can play the euphonium. It's a little horn that you play in the marching band. I can play that, and I can play the guitar pretty well. I played guitar since I was like 13 or 14 years old, so I know that very well. I'm not fantastic, but I'm a solid guitar player. I can entertain people on guitar. And then I can play like a very simple tune on piano as well.
Okay.
So that's like 2.5, I think. And then I can sing. That's what I really do to entertain people.
Okay. So I saw your melodies are very deep, sometimes heavy, very deepful. So how became this?
I don't know. It has. I hope they're deep. I'm not really trying to. I don't know. It's just the style of music I like playing, and the mood I'm in when I'm working, or to me, I always prefer music that's kind of dreamy in a way, that's romantic, because I started, but also music that has some energy and a lot of dynamics that go up and down, and it can suddenly just like explode, and then it's like very nice, and or whatever. But the mood is always most important to me, and I'm often drawn to the kind of darker moods or like dreamy moods, and that's just the kind of person I am. I don't like things that are kind of too real or ironic or anything. I like.
It's very honest.
Yeah, it can be honest. I'm not sure if that. Yeah, honesty is probably important if you're working with music. I mean, but it needs to have some kind of that you're kind of. It must have that dreamy romanticism to it, because I don't think there's enough romance in the world or romanticism in the world. The world is so
plastic.
Yeah, where it's so people are always trying to figure the world out, or kind of, I know what's happening, write it on the internet. I know, I saw on the news, and you have some sort of comment to what's happening. I feel very I feel very far away from that thing. Yeah, I'm different than that.
That's good.
I hope that shows in my music. Yeah.
I saw the video "Prisoner of the Road."
Yeah.
It's a very big dynamic.
Yeah.
It was, you sing just with your voice.
Yeah.
There are poor people, and it's very dramatic, and it's your voice gives the video so underlined. So why did you make this video?
That was part of that's sort of a charity thing that we did in Norway last year. It was done for something called the Norwegian. I'm going to try and get this right because it's a very tricky word in English. Norwegian telethon.
Okay.
It's like a marathon
yeah.
TV broadcast where they try to raise money, and each year it's a different organization. And this time it was Norwegian Refugee Council, and they try to, they help refugees all over the world. And it's a very serious and good organization. And I was contacted by the guy who was making a series of small, like short films to kind of help sell this or raise awareness around this telethon thing. Yeah. Okay. So actually, I wrote that song especially for his footage, inspired by some of the footage he showed me, and they, originally they wanted me to do a Johnny Cash song, but the Johnny Cash song, I never heard that Johnny Cash song before, and I didn't think it was a very good song. I think it was good because he was singing it.
Yeah.
The song wasn't anything
in
particular, so I thought it was better if I wrote something, and kind of inspired by that. And I'm also into a lot of like old gospel singers like Mahalia Jackson and blues singers,
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, her too. Just those really.
The real music.
The real voices, that have a lot of like the earth inside them, and that's how I want to sing too, in that sort of spiritual yet real way, that those singers sing, and that was what I was inspired by when I did that. And I'm really into a lot of blues music. That's mostly what I like to listen to when I'm at home. Howlin' Wolf, Elmo James, those people.
Yeah, that's very good, because I just can tell you got it. Because when I heard the first time your voice, I remember this one person I know it's very similar, and it's Johnny Cash.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
He has that too, I think. Yeah.
Where? Yeah.
How nice! Thank you very much, secret agent.
Thank you. So, how do you feel when you can sing?
How I feel?
Yes.
It all depends on the circumstances around when I'm singing, because I'm a very, I may not come across like that right now, but I'm really kind of a shy person, so there's sort of a conflict for me to go up on stage and there's what's that called? It's going to come to me. It's a word. But it's sort of strange that I should really, that I do what I do, because on one hand, it's so demanding because I need to kind of fight my shy side every time I get on stage. I need to kind of, and then I know I want to go out there and sing because I know I can do it, but I'm sort of getting in the way of myself all the time. So there's, but when I can do it, when I can really do it, the times when I can just be free and sing, it's the most wonderful thing in the world because I know it's the one thing that I can do that I think it's the thing that I know that I'm best at doing, Not that I'm particularly a lot better than anybody else, but I know how to do this thing, and that's good. It's good to do something that you master, and it's good when your fear or your doubts don't get in the way of what you're doing, and that's being free and a free human being, I guess. Yeah.
It's nice. Your parents like what you do?
Oh yeah. Yeah. My dad's not around anymore, but my mom, he liked it too. But my mom, she liked it very much.
So she listens to you?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Okay. What's your message for the audience?
I don't know. I'm not very. I don't have a message. Not from. There's no real message. Not really. I want people to enjoy themselves, and there's many ways of doing that. Mm-hmm. Even if the music isn't very jubilant or kind of poppy or very kind of dancey or anything, I think it's possible to get some kind of enjoyment out of listening to it. And basically, the way I want my music to be personal, and that way you can connect with people by being quite personal, because it sort of tells people that, hey, you're not alone in this world, feeling the way you do. So that's, if there's a message, then I think that's the message. I'm a humanist. I like people.
It's
I
nice.
believe in people.
We're very glad.
Yeah.
So the music business is not one of the easiest. So why you would make a decision to go this way?
I couldn't help myself because I just wanted to sing when I was a teenager. I'm very glad Pop Idol or any of those shows weren't around when I was a teenager, because I would probably have ended up singing on one of those shows. Instead I got in a band, and I'm very, very grateful for that, because it's been a very important part of my life, for me becoming a person. It's good to be in a band, because you can't if you can't play football very well or something. It's good to find some other people who are very good at sports. you can kind of hang out with them and create your own world where you can be cool even if you're not good at sports. Because that's what was the most important thing where I grew up. It was football, and we did all right with the band. Okay. It's another way of getting yourself noticed, and getting girls to notice you and stuff.
So, who's your idols?
I have quite a few. I don't have many idols these days. I used to have more when I was younger. Bob Dylan was a hero of mine. He taught me many things. I've just by listening to him and watching him play and reading his words, and the way he carried himself and the way he talks. He's a very powerful figure. Once you get into Bob Dylan, it's very hard to get out of Bob Dylan. So I'm very glad that I'm out of that now, because you get so kind of sucked into everything he does. So it can kind of hold you back. from doing what you should do, you know. So otherwise, I'm not sure. There's a lot of fascinating people, but I'm just hoping that I can be me. That's
Okay. Muss ich mich wählen?
Sag einfach, was du magst.
Okay, was kann ich hier fragen?
Webseite.
Ha?
Webseite.
Ach ja, genau. Nein, das wäre eher am Schluss. Do you want to be a hero too for children and young people?
I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. Really, I don't think I'm a hero kind of person. Really.
Okay.
You've got to be a very strong person to be a hero. You got to be kind of. You can't always be inside yourself. You've got to be outside yourself if you're going to be a hero. You know. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm just here for a very few people. In a way, I'm just. I have just a small. I don't know that many people.
Okay.
Not many people know me, so I don't think I'm like a superhero kind of person. But you know, if you know, listening to my music can do something to people, for people, then that's all right with me. And you know, I guess some people come to the shows and see how we sing and play and stuff, and think, oh, okay, he's good or something, and then it can be inspiring. But I don't think I could be a hero. But I think it takes a lot of energy to be a hero. And have a lot of energy.
Okay. And when you have difficult moments in your life, maybe problems, so how music helps you to figure out some sense in life or to go through this problem?
I guess music can be very uplifting. Even like sad music can be, you know, quite uplifting. You know, a lot of music can have a lot of hope in it, even if it's, like I said, you know, this sort of thing where you listen to one person who's singing about his or her problems, and you feel that you're not alone. You know, if you can do that in a beautiful way, then it can be a very uplifting thing. Like a song like "Everybody Hurts" by R.E.M. We did that. Me and a friend of mine sang that in Oslo after this. You know, there was a ceremony after this 22/7 thing, the thing that happened, you know, in Oslo, and we did that at a ceremony for that, and it felt very meaningful to do that. And a lot of people contacted me and said that meant a lot to me if you did that song.
Mm-hmm.
Songs like that, you know, can have a really, just a really uplifting thing to them.
So, another question: which is your favorite movie?
There's one movie I watched many times called The Usual Suspects or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's an American movie, like a crime story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very kind of very enigmatic way. I like good stories. You don't really get a lot of good stories in movies anymore because there's all these effects and things, and I get so irritated when you come to a movie and you sit through half the movie and you realize that you're not really watching anything. It's like nothing is happening, and it's so, they don't really sell you the story either, because you don't give a damn if the main character lives or dies. I mean, that's the mark of a good movie, if you actually care enough to care, you know, if someone lives or if they die or whatever, you know. So it must engage you in a way. And I thought that was just a brilliant story with so many great characters. Apart from that, I'm not really a big movie person. I like some of David Lynch's
Yeah.
movies as well, like Mulholland Drive. I think he has kind of, he's kind of, I don't know if he's related to a lot of other, if he's kind of building on what a lot of other directors have done before, and probably he is, but he's kind of adopting a new language to movies where it's not based on like a novel or a book in a way. It doesn't have a beginning or an end or and a fixed set of characters in there. It's more like like poetry in a way, but it doesn't really work in a linear way. There's this kind of, it's like a dream or something, and I like that because I can relate to that, and he is extremely good with music also in his movies. That has inspired me a lot. His soundtracks really good. Yeah.
So you're a very dream person.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I live a lot of my life inside my head. It's I really do.
So who do you want to become in the future?
Want to become?
Yeah.
No, I just like to get somewhere with my music where I feel that I just want to keep making music, and I just want to be a nice person who makes music and who people come to listen to. That's who I'm sort of that person now, but I like to keep developing that person into being perhaps a even better nice person who plays better music. More people come to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where we can find you and where?
I'm at siverthøyem.com. And I'm also on Facebook where I have a lot of fans.
Okay.
And yeah, I actually do that. That's so not me really. I wasn't really into that at all. But someone showed me how to make a profile on Facebook, and then I made this artist page for myself. I just ended up checking in there now and then and answering questions, and for some reason it's just like taken off. So there's like, I don't know, there's more than 60,000 people on there now. That's quite a few people.
Yeah.
So that's nice, you know. I have a fan club in Guatemala.
Oh really?
Yeah. I don't know how many. There's like there's between 5 or 10, like 5 and 10 of them. But that's people too. So and you reach people everywhere, you know, even the places where you haven't been. And I like that about the future, even if we don't have flying cars or anything. And we do have the internet, and a lot of it is crap, but there's ways to get to know people and get your music out there, and that's good.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Secret
Thank you.
agent.